Hello and welcome to this FluxiParser tutorial. FluxiParser is a very simple piece of software which we had originally created to test our development of the APIs. But very soon afterwards it transpired into this version of the software which you see, simply because we thought it to be a very useful tool for developers to test their development when using our APIs, and also for non-technical folk out there to access our services quickly and easily. As you can see, it's very simple, there aren't many parts to it. However, I will take you through all the bits and pieces so that you know what's what, what's where, and the relationship between all these different parts of the software. As you can see, you will need to enter an API key, which means you need to register with us to receive one. So here's one I prepared earlier. This is my API key. The next thing I will need to do is select a service, or otherwise known as an API or an endpoint. Currently, as you can see, we have 4 different APIs. The first one, MTL, is Miscellaneous Tools API. NLP is the Natural Language Processing API. SM is the Social Media API, and last, WA is our Web Analytics API. On this occasion, I will select the Social Media API, and as you can notice, the name of the API I selected is displayed here. This is just in case you can't remember what's what. So by looking at that, you can tell if you've selected the right API or not. Before I go into the details of the operation, I'll just basically explain what these are. Visit will open up a web browser, as you can see, with all the list of operations for that API with their parameter names. Whereas the help key here will open up the PDF user manual directly downloaded from our web service. Now, carrying on with our task, after selecting a service, you need to click on the open key so that FluxiParser can connect to our server and download all the operations for that selected service. So I click on open, and here we go. These are all the operations, or if you like, functions that are available under that selected API. Now, one important issue you need to bear in mind is there are 2 different types of operations. Ones that are GET requests, as you can see here, it's the GET panel, and ones that are POST requests. As you can see, it's switched over. Now this is the POST panel. The main difference, if I go back to this first one here, is that FluxiParser knows the parameters that are required and the order for GET requests, but for POST requests, I'll go back, it doesn't. So that's why we have this link here. Unfortunately, you will have to click on that link and it will take you onto our website where you can find the operation you selected and see what the parameters are. With this particular one we've selected, the key, data and count parameters are required. What you also need to know is FluxiParser inserts the API key for us. So we always ignore the API key when using FluxiParser, which leaves us with 2 parameters, data and count, which are the 2 we will need to enter here. So I key in data, not datas, data, and the value. So what do we want to get from Twitter? Now, to explain this operation, as you will see from the instructions on the website, this operation basically gets a number of tweets, the last number of tweets which we specify for the specified value. For example, let's get hashtag Twitter IPO, which seems to be a popular hashtag at the moment. Then count. So it's nice and quick. I'll enter 25. What we're doing here is basically we're saying we want the last 25 tweets that have Twitter IPO with sentiment scored. Now, this Twitter IPO could be anything. It could be a name, it could be a phrase, it could be any word you desire, which you want to get back from Twitter. So that's it. We now just simply click on send. It's now connecting to Twitter, fetching the data. It's then analyzing and sentiment scoring them, after which it will pass them back to Fluxifi. Here we go. And this is what we have received. Now, this display here displays XML JSON, which is the two formats that our APIs respond in. So this is generally for developers, unless, of course, you wish to go through this, trying to figure out what's what. For you, we recommend the grid view, which is more like Excel. And also, you can, given you've got loads of data here, you've got the option of saving it as a CSV file, which means you can then open it up in Excel or any other similar program to do further processing or whatever it is you wish to do. And as you can see here, we've got the creation date, the ID of the tweet. As you can see, you can order them by any column. You've got the language. Our sentiment works with the English language only at the moment. So there is ongoing work to include other languages. But for that reason, at the moment, we're only fetching tweets that are in English. Latitude, longitude, and place. If the Twitter user decided to make this available, in this case, no one has, it will be stated there. Screen name is the Twitter ID of the person who tweeted the tweet. And here we have the sentiment and the actual tweet. If we double click here, it will expand so we can see. And here we go. This is all the results we've received. Now, to show you a get, I'll go back to the original FP get likes. This is basically Facebook get likes. So we're going to ask for the total number of likes for a keyword or a phrase or whatever it is. So let's think of something. BMW. Now, if you've noticed, as I mentioned before, I've skipped key because FluxiParser inserts that for me automatically. So I've only entered the data parameter. The order of these parameters are extremely important. If it's key and data, obviously if the key wasn't being inserted for us, that would have meant we needed to have entered the key first, then data second. You can't do them the other way around or in any order you wish. It has to be in this order. So this is it. So now we click send and here we go. Loads of counts, as one would expect for a brand name like BMW. So in the grid view, this is it. This is the total number of counts they have. And well, this is FluxiParser. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you will enjoy using it. Thank you.